Hello world and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are doing the energies of your next week. So this is the next 5 to 7 days, and usually I do these as a timeless reading. So whenever you discover this is good for you for that time frame. However, I am uploading this on 8/8, which is the Lion's Gateway, which a lot of people in astrology are talking about. And I just wanted to mention some of the things that's going on and why that might be so important for you if you are looking at this right now. So the Lion's Gateway, yes, it's a numerology thing of 8/8. It's happening in the sign of Leo, hence the Lion's Gateway. This is when the sun returns to its home sign, Leo. So that's powerful. And then also it's happening on a new moon in Leo. So new moons are excellent times to manifest. So this time is considered to be an especially lucky, and that there's a lot of opportunities. Now, with a lot of opportunities, sometimes opportunity comes in the form of challenges, sometimes opportunity comes in the form of changes. So with the other astrology that's going on right now, things can seem kind of pessimistic. Things can seem kind of restrictive. And the Lion's Gate also has to do with the star Sirius, which is that is our spiritual sun. And I believe Sirius is the closest to our actual sun right now. And Sirius is the sun of the galaxy. I'm not the best astrology, so if you want to give me some facts about Sirius, or if you know a little bit more about that, I appreciate your comments. So that's why there's so much going on right now, and that's why there's so much, why it seems like so significant, and why there are tons of videos. If you want to search the Lion's Gateway, tons of people are talking about it. I love new moons. It is the start of a new lunar cycle, which happens every 28 days. It is a way to bring in new energy and new change for ourselves. It is about renewal. It is about bringing in new things. So that's what is really exciting for me. And then to top it off with the numerology and Sirius and the sun and Leo, all of that stuff. And we've got doors opening with confidence, but sometimes change is challenging for people. So even though it can be exciting, it can be also anxious. So I just want to throw that stuff out there because it's with that kind of backdrop and background in mind that that's kicking off our week, and that we'll see what happens, and we'll see how the energy translates to the cards that were pulled. So as always, this is a pick a card reading, a general reading. So take what resonates. You get to engage your intuition to decide the number pile that resonates for you. If you still need an extra boost maybe as to an extra way to decide which pile is for you, I do have cookies again, so I brought the cookies back. Give me a like if you like the cookies as a way to pick, or let me know in the comments. So for pile 1, we have a cupcake cookie. For pile number 2, we have a watermelon cookie. And for pile number 3, we have a butterfly cookie. So if you're still having issues trying to figure out which one resonates for you, and let's say that, you're drawn to more than one pile, that's fine. Listen to both piles and take the messages that resonate to you. Sometimes we have, when I'm doing a collective reading, we have themes that run through either 2 readings or all 3 readings. So that happens. That happens a lot too. And I have people telling me that they got this little gem of wisdom that really helped them in this reading, and this little gem that happened over here. So there's no right or wrong way to do this, whatever feels right to you. So, but if you want a starting point, let's go ahead and close our eyes right now. Close your eyes with me. Let's take a deep breath in and release. Just let go of all the stress and worry and be here in the moment. Go ahead and open your eyes, and whatever pile just jumps out to you right now, check the timestamp down below and I will meet you at that pile. Hello, group 1. If you picked the number 1 or the cupcake cookie, you are in the right spot. So as always with these weekly energy readings, I pull 1 card for the overall energy for your week. I usually do it from an oracle deck, and this is an animal spirits deck here, and you have the hummingbird spirit. Be here now. Oh, it's what's really cool about the hummingbird. I love hummingbirds, by the way. I actually saw a couple of them yesterday, and it was such a treat. I think they're so beautiful and graceful. They're so needed for our environment. They pollinate flowers just like bees. Yeah, they're just really amazing little creatures. So I think that what is cool about the hummingbird when it says be here right now is that when you watch them, you can barely see their wings moving. And even in here, it kind of represents like their wings like going back and forth very quickly, but they seem to just be there in one space, right? Their body is right here. Kind of reminds me of physics too, where there was like an object that my physics teacher placed at the end of a rope, and then he was like spinning it, and then he would ask like, where is this object? You know, at any given point, can you tell me where the object is? Well, it was moving very quickly, just like hummingbird wings. And the most accurate description that you could give, well, it is on that trajectory. It's on that, it's been a minute since physics, so I'm probably giving the absolutely wrong terminology here. But as that was like spinning around, the object was spinning around at the end of that rope that he was like twirling. The most accurate description that you could say is that that object was on that circle, was on that orbit, as it were. So it kind of reminds me of that hummingbird spirit too, because like at any given moment, at any given point in time, where are those wings? It's really hard to capture, but they are there, they are present, they are within that kind of like area or framework. But the body of the hummingbird is really just more in a fixed position. And I think that may be why the hummingbird spirit, it talks about being here now. There is beauty now, and to enjoy that beauty, like hummingbirds go out and seek beauty. They seek flowers. There's a message in that as well. And then all we have is now. This tarot deck that I'm using is The Way of the Panda. And when I did my unboxing, I was talking about the movie Kung Fu Panda. And what really sticks out from that movie, and then the hummingbird spirit, will be here now, is a quote. And this quote has, I mean, it's all over the place. So it's not just from this movie, and you've probably heard it before. But Master Oogway was saying this to Po when Po was not really, his past didn't really fit him. Like where he was in the past, it didn't really fit him. And where he wanted to go in the future, like there was so much growth that needed to occur for him to be at the point that he wanted to be in the future. And Master Oogway was just reminding him that, you know, all we have is right now, that yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift, and that is why it's called the present. And we oftentimes, when we get like overwhelmed with where we were and not really sure of where we're going, we forget to do the things that we can do now that set us up for that future that we want. This also reminds me so much of the new moon that's happening right now. If you're watching this video on 8/8 when I release it, because it is new moon energy. It is, and this cycle happens every 28 days. So if you miss it, you can like get on board with the lunar cycle again in another 28 days. But 8/8, Lion's Gateway, setting the intentions for the future that you want. But being cognizant of what you're doing right now is like that ripple effect that goes out to get what you want. So I'm gonna put these guys over here because we will come back to them. And then let's get to our pandas. So we've got the Two of Pentacles, very cute. And then we have the Three of Wands. The Hermit. And the Ace of Wands. So whatever you're doing this week, I feel that kind of with the Hermit here, because the Hermit is a major arcana card, it's the major energy, that it is really about you and your soul searching and introspection. It may not necessarily be all about you being alone, but maybe balancing your alone time, or balancing, because Two of Pentacles is about balance, balancing the time that you're spending with other people with the time that you're really focusing in on yourself here with the Hermit, that you are your own kind of guiding light. Balancing also kind of, going back here to the Two of Pentacles, very much kind of reminds me of the hummingbird. They're flying, so they're not really balancing, but in a way it kind of is. Like the way that they move is very like strategic, and where they go, and like the movements that they're making is very balanced. Pentacles is about our physical world, so the balance could definitely be about how you're taking care of yourself. And that again goes kind of back to the Hermit, that self-care could be really important for you right now. Exercise routine, that kind of thing. You don't want to forget about, you know, drinking water, eating healthy, getting enough sleep. I love how this Two of Pentacles is in a hammock, because a hammock is about balance too, but it also, like, sometimes the Two of Pentacles comes off as something that's very hectic, because it's kind of like about time management, and that we've got multiple priorities going on, and that we're like juggling. A lot of times it's very much about juggling. But this balance here, these guys are hanging out, they're eating, and they're in a hammock. I think new moons too kind of remind us, you know, take a pause, take a breath. I was putting those together as a bras, sorry. Pause and a breath to relax and rejuvenate. We've got a long journey. It's an entire cycle. This is just the beginning, right? And you will get moving on it. It doesn't have to be fast. Kind of like with the Ace of Wands reversed and the Three of Wands. Love the fire energy here. Leo season. Leo is a fire sign. Even the hummingbird, I don't necessarily associate with fire, but it definitely has like these fire aspects around it, just with the colors that we have in the card itself. It's like these bright red, what are those? It could be plumeria. Blooms are, you know, just almost like a flame. So it's almost kind of a balance for you. It seems like, just with the cards that we have out here, is with this fire energy And then still like, okay, calm down, calm down. Maybe there could be some anxiety going on. A lot of the other placements with Uranus right now, Uranus is in Taurus. And Uranus is the planet of change. And Taurus is about security. So when we're changing up like security and that kind of thing, it kind of throws us off balance a little bit. So that's what I kind of feel like coming in here is that like, oh, you know, we've got some catalysts, we've got some complications, we've got some obstacles here coming up, and it's throwing us off balance a little bit. Key thing to remember is to take care of yourself. Introspection is very, very important. If you don't get anything done today other than taking a nap, like, that's okay. That's okay. You know, putting yourself first and making yourself a priority is really, really important. And that this Ace of Wands reverse and then the Three of Wands, I think, are very connected. First of all, their wands are fire energy. Ace is like the beginning of something, and the Three of Wands is like the movement of that thing. The Ace of Wands tells us, though, because it is reversed, that we kind of like might get like an inkling of an idea. And you might want to really take advantage of this new moon energy, but you're not quite sure exactly what it is that you want to manifest or even how you're going to do it. And this is all kind of like just small steps, just baby steps, just kind of prioritize yourself first, and the magic will happen around you. I'm just seeing all of these like crystals kind of like sprouting up around this Three of Wands. Who was it? I was watching a video the other day and it was really, really good, where they were talking about action and inspiration, and that like we kind of, and I think this is a cycle that we get in with when we're procrastinating, that we just think that when we're going to get inspired by something and then we will take action. But what we really need to do is take action first and then get inspired by something. Like if you're just waiting for something to inspire you, like really you're just procrastinating, and really you're just going to wait. And that once you start taking action on something, then you start going down that path, and then you start finding things that inspire you. So that's what I'm really seeing here. So let's take a look at the advice cards. So really interesting, Sun and Stars and Prayers and Wishes. And I talked about Leo being a fire sign. Very much both of these talk about fire energy. Prayers and Wishes is probably more water energy, because we're casting our wishes out there. I think almost kind of like this Ace of Wands, we're just kind of casting a net, broad net. Maybe we're not quite focused yet. Sun and Stars is kind of more here with the Three of Wands. So I think you need to like maybe take some action. Like maybe you don't know exactly what kind of, I talked about balancing your physical here. Maybe you don't really know what kind of like routine that you want to create for yourself. So you just try something, and then that will lead you to something else and lead you to something else. And that's like the prayers and wishes, and kind of casting these wishes is almost like the Ace of Wands. Like you don't really know the vehicle of success for you, but you're just wishing for success. And that's okay. We're coming back here to the Hermit. We're going back to, and I'm feeling heart chakra too. Like what is going to give you joy? I really see joy here. I see joy with the sun as well. But the dogs and cats are playing. The birds are getting inspired and ready to fly. Like just the seeking of that thing, the seeking of that joy, that seeking of that wish, like putting that wish out there, like casting it. Again, like the ripples in the water, casting it is, that's the first step. That's great. Because I almost see like this kind of first, like casting it out there, then like doing some movement forward, like finding a direction, finding a way, and then we start to turn this Ace of Wands around to where we get inspiration and to what is really going to fit with you. So the sun and stars, so much fire energy here, so prominent, so much relates to what I talked about with the sun in Leo, with the star Sirius, which is our spiritual sun. Spiritual, you know, is very much like the hermit energy and what finding meaning for ourselves. So I love this. And I love that these two cards, the way they kind of play together too, because we've got like really looking up and forward and then really kind of looking within. So this is a really interesting week for you. And I think just coming back here to this hummingbird spirit and if nothing else, just remembering being here and now. And when you're, you know, rest, relax, take care of yourself, and kind of the details and things will start to fill in the rest of the way. But just be gentle with yourself this week, be present, and then really this finding joy is going to help you out as well. So thank you, group 1. Please give me a like and let me know how your week goes. Hello, group 2. If you picked the number 2 or these cards or the watermelon, you are in the right spot. Let's see what we have going on. So I usually pull one card that talks about the overall energy of your week. And for you in this animal, it's animal spirits deck. We got the fox spirit, 27. Think on your feet. So this seems like it might be a week where you just are kind of like really alert and just cognizant of what's going around you. It's a time to kind of look up, and you're going to find solutions to things, and maybe not in the most obvious place. Because this is also an energy that is kind of like an out-of-the-box thinking. This would also help you with maybe your confidence, because it really is talking about you trusting in yourself, that, you know, we can't over plan for everything, and you're going to find yourself in situations that you really didn't plan for. But that's okay, because you should trust yourself that you can handle this. You swift action, cleverness, when you see an opportunity, you know, jump on it and take it. So I love that for you. And then we have the 6 of Wands, the 6 of Cups, the King of Wands, or the King of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, so really interesting with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, because Wheel of Fortune talks about cycles. It talks about karma. And it feels like there's something not really complete and done here. And especially with the 6 of Wands, that you've started something and you've enjoyed a certain amount of success. And that's great. And definitely with the 6 of Wands, that you kind of to enjoy that public recognition, that if you have done something, and it's probably not even like, it's not the completion of something, but maybe like the first step of something. And really that even if that you just recognize the success in yourself. I love that this panda is wearing a horn, like a unicorn horn. It very much comes kind of back to this fox spirit where I was talking about trust yourself, and you know, recognize when you've done something that was challenging for you to do, that has been difficult for you to accomplish. I love the little fireworks kind of around here, or maybe those are flowers, but they look like fireworks. Definitely like seem like a celebration for you. Then we have the Six of Cups. So Wands energy is fire, which is what Leo season is about. It's about inspiration and creativity. And then Cups is about emotional fulfillment. And both of your Cups cards here are very positive Cups cards. You're filling your cups. You are getting emotional fulfillment out of them. Six of Cups this is really cute because I was kind of like wondering what the little hat meant. And the hat, because this Six of Cups is about nostalgia. It's about connecting with old friends. The story behind this particular card is that the cat like made the hat for the panda, and it's supposed to have cat ears. So it's also really interesting where this panda has like a unicorn horn. This one has cat ears. Maybe you're wearing several different hats this week, which could be why you have to think on your feet. The cat ear hat may be something, because like I said, this has to deal with nostalgia. So one of the hats is something that you've done for a while and you're used to, and the other one kind of puts you out of your comfort zone, but you realize kind of like you step up a little bit, like step up into like level up into your power a little bit. And especially with the King of Cups here, that it can be very, very rewarding for you to do that. So the other fun thing about this particular card too is that panda in Chinese means bear cat. So we've got the hat here, we've got the kitty, and then we've got, even this fox spirit. The cats are very stealthy like a fox. Like a fox has a lot of qualities, even though it's part of the dog family, a lot of qualities of a cat. Very nimble, quick on their feet kind of thing. So just really seeing a lot of that. We also have a butterfly here in the King of Cups. It's usually not portrayed with butterflies. Usually I think it's the King of Wands that has a butterfly. So really melding this creative energy a lot for you. Really in here, kind of in the control of the creative energy. It's really, in the intro to this video, I talked about the energy can be kind of, it can either give you excitement or it can give you anxiety. And I feel like really kind of mastering this fox spirit here, or maybe you just understand that and you're really focusing that energy to help you, I just keep hearing level up and finish some creative endeavors. So then we've got the King of Cups. King of Cups is somebody who's emotionally balanced. And that's why I think you're like, this anxiety comes in, because we've got like definitely some things going on astrologically where that can happen. And what I mean by that is we've got Uranus, the planet of change, in Taurus. So when Taurus is about stability and safety and security, and when the planet of change is impacting that, I think, that can cause some anxiety. But I think that you're really kind of riding it out. You're kind of like riding the wave here. With the King of Cups, you are finding like that compassion. I'm also like, there's also, this time is a really good time to find joy, and I feel like you're finding that like within yourself, but you're also really radiating that out to other people. The King of Cups radiates that out to everybody who is around him because he is so emotionally fulfilled. I think I usually use this term with the Queen of Cups or Ace of Cups when I talk about, you know, you can't pour from an empty cup. His cup is not empty at all. It's very, very full. And then he's able to pour out that joy and ripple it out. And it's kind of counter to what's going on in the collective right now, but very, very, very much needed. I almost see the, if you have heard the term star seed, or if you, if that resonates with you, where you are holding higher vibration. Like all of this talks about holding a higher vibration and being a part of something bigger than yourself, kind of with the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune talks about karma. So not all of this is easy. I think maybe under the surface, you are kind of like feeling it. You're feeling the crunch. But with the fox spirit, the thinking fast on your feet, the reaction, the actually seizing the opportunities, that as these opportunities come around and you realize that this too shall pass, like even if they're in a difficult cycle, it's going to pass and you can look forward to a positive cycle. And then let's see what we have for advice cards. We've got inspiration and courage. And then we've got follow your dreams. So very cool. Both of these are very much fire energy. The fox spirit, I don't think foxes are necessarily, fire energy is really like on my mind right now at this moment of time, because we're, like I said, Lionsgate, Leo energy, fire energy. We also have the Six of Wands to kind of complete that out, where we're getting like this inspiration coming in. I love this courage here because it almost kind of relates to the rest of these cards, where you have like, you understand that like under the surface there might be some anxiety, but you are acting, you're not letting that stop you. You're going out and getting what belongs to you, which you want in this moment. I love that she's covering her heart here. Leo talks a lot about the heart chakra. So it's really you know, the inspiration, your love, it just comes from your heart. And I hope you're feeling that heart chakra, that warm feeling inside. And then the follow your dreams. This, I love the shooting star here, the kind of taking action. And this almost has a quality of this think on your feet as well, that you're just going to trust. So very much a lot of trusting, a lot of love here, and a lot of like radiating that out and holding the higher vibration for you for this week. And it looks very, very beautiful. This Wheel of Fortune reverse can be tricky. It's not going to be easy, but it's having this foundation of other things to pull on, so that when you don't quite catch the gondola, I think this is the gondola that you want to ride, that you understand that this is just a cycle and you're going to catch the next one, and you're not going to get too bent out of shape that you're not going to get what you want. You understand like the cycle. You understand that this opportunity is going to come around again for you if you catch it. But what's for you is always for you. Or if you didn't quite catch it the first time, that you can open up opportunities yourself, because you are relying on your creativity, a lot of creativity here, and your cleverness, this fox spirit. So that's what I have for you, group 2. Please give me a like if you've hung out with me this far, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, group 3. If you picked the butterfly or the number 3, you were in the right spot. So on these, I usually pull one card that represents our overall energy. Then we've got some tarot cards to give us more information, and then more advice cards. So that's what we got going on here. Let's see what your cards are. So we've got overall energy of the week, 32, Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. So this is Spirit Animal Oracle deck, and the Hawk Spirit is really great. They have like this amazing eyesight and they're able to see all of the details, but they see it from a higher perspective. So sometimes we're in our journey and we hit an obstacle and we don't really, we kind of fixate on that, but we don't even realize that it doesn't even matter, or that this obstacle or this thing that's happening that we think is so terrible is actually an opportunity. So this is kind of like just trust your journey, trust yourself. If you're meeting some difficult things on your road, try to look at it from a higher perspective. How does this whole thing fit in to your overall, the big picture? So it's not ignoring those small details, because sometimes they're very, very important, but sometimes they're not as important as you think they are. And it's just trusting and realizing that. This is also looking for some synchronicities, trusting your intuition. If you keep seeing repeated numbers, Lionsgate, for instance, 8-8. If you wake up at a specific time, maybe 5:55, or the repeated things like that, or you just notice the clock is at 11:11. That is Spirit telling you something. Could also be like all of a sudden you notice all of these butterflies. And it's just kind of at the very least, it's a, hey, you're on the right track, you're on the right path, you're doing great. Otherwise, it could mean that there's a message in it for you. And if you're hearing music or songs, for instance, maybe you're humming something. Maybe take a look at the lyrics of those songs. I get messages all the time via songs, and then there's some songs that I'm like, wow, that those lyrics are really profound. Led Zeppelin Kashmir is one of those songs that is just mine, is a really cool, the music is awesome, but then and the lyrics to it are just really super amazing. So you can have something that's completely different. So if you have a specific song that you keep hearing in your head, comment down below. I'm really curious as to what that might be. So let's look at the cards, and we've got Death. Lovely. It is actually lovely. We'll talk about it, okay? And 10 of Pentacles, also lovely. And 3 of Swords reversed. And Knight of Cups. So very cool, very interesting. So this week, what's really cool about Death is card number 13. Right? Of course it is. Death is about change. So is the astrology that I was kind of talking about earlier in the intro, if you listened to all of that. Because we have to end one cycle to begin another. When we're talking about the new moon and setting out intentions, where we want to go with this change. So a lot of times change happens and we're just kind of like, eh. This is an interesting card. This is the first time I'm working with the Panda deck, because death is just kind of, I think they're showing death and rebirth. We can't have rebirth without death. And it's not literal in this sense, but it's very, the body, I guess what is the body language of a panda here? But I was just sometimes things change and we're so caught up in this particular change that we don't realize how actually beautiful or freeing it is. And that's why I think the Hawk Spirit is here to kind of remind you that things can be really amazing, but maybe you can set an intention for it. And change happens for all of us. We're all collectively going through changes all of the time. And when we have a new moon, like we do on 8/8, when we have Lionsgate, we've got the tumultuous energy that's coming in right now from other various astrology. or from other things if you if you don't believe in astrology. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of changes being made, and we can either just sit here and be like, I don't know, just be fixated on it and not set intentions, or we can really just harness this energy and go, that's great. This cycle is over. Let's, for this next cycle, I'm setting this intention. That's what I feel like the new moon is about, is setting intentions for your future. And when you do that, I think it could be really, really powerful. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. I mean, even just if you know nothing about tarot, just looking at this card, I mean, we've got money all around. We've got these little bears all happy eating together, surrounded by bamboo. Of course, like where else would they rather be? But from insecurity and instability comes security. So like, the astrology right now, things don't really seem secure, but what are the things that you can depend on? Is it your family? You can depend on yourself, the way you react to things. It's really kind of finding these things with the 10 of Pentacles for you to feel successful on your journey and to, you know, going forward. Because the 10 of Pentacles is about long-term success. It's about generational. It is about, you know, really setting the right tone. It's kind of like, I'm saying this because I'm saying that our change is we're setting the intention for the 10 of Pentacles, right? And I feel like it's here to tell you that it is attainable for you, even if at the moment it doesn't seem like it is. It's also interesting, I think I started talking about this, death is card number 13, and to go with synchronicities here, Friday is Friday the 13th, so so we'll just go, which is better than a full moon. I feel like that. So I feel like this 3 of Swords reversed and this Knight of Cups are very, very much connected. 3 of Swords, you can see, I'll just show it to you upright. I mean, this is not a fun position to be in where you feel like you've been stabbed in the back. Usually it's being stabbed through the heart, although we do have a heart kind of carved here into this tree. He was apparently reading a book, and he lost his glasses. I feel like this is kind of saying that you might have been let down by something that you thought you knew. 3 of Swords can also talk about negative self-talk. Maybe you're feeling like you're not smart enough for something. We got to let that go. We got to maybe take responsibility for whatever heartbreaks that we've put ourselves through, even if this heartbreak is because of like an ending of a relationship here. That understanding that, okay, maybe you have this, because it's popping up in my head right now, you have this reoccurring thought that your relationships always end this way and that you always feel like you've been taken advantage of by your partner, blah, 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 blah. Well, I feel like the Knight of Cups needs to take responsibility for that in some way, as far as like, well, but you are attracted to partners who do that to you. You keep being attracted to the same people. Something needs to change. You need to set a different intention here so that, you know, if we're talking about a relationship, that it is really a partnership rather than something that always comes up and hurts you. So we're really using this, we're really shifting. Let's use this energy to shift. I also love that, and that's great because the 3 of Swords is in reverse. It means that we're ready to release this negative energy, release this toxicity, release this heartbreak. It also there's a level of forgiveness here, and forgiving is for you. I feel like this Knight of Cups is very free, is very light. I mean, this Knight of Cups is just kind of like going up a tree because he's following a butterfly. Also, butterfly, death is change. So there we go. That's cute. I didn't realize this butterfly kind of looked like this one. Very interesting. Again, synchronicities. We're noticing synchronicities for you. So going back to forgiveness. Forgiveness is for you, because then you're not carrying that around anymore. And I almost feel like sometimes maybe, you know, in a relationship, if you keep repeating the same pattern that you have been in relationships, it's because, you know, somebody hurt you, and that's okay. I mean, it's not okay that somebody hurt you, but that happens. Like, it's a cycle that we're in. But you can't keep bringing that hurt into your new relationships. You're just going to self-sabotage. So we need to step up and take some responsibility, let go of the old, and really come in here with new energy. And I feel like this week is a lot of like letting go of the old, a lot of like higher level perspectives here, and really learning about yourself as far as, you know, what you need to forgive and what intentions that you put forth, like what you really want. The Knight of Cups also talks about creativity, romance, charm, imagination, beauty. I really feel like, even though the Cups is a water, you know, is about water, but I really feel like it embodies a lot of Leo energy right now, because Leos are pretty charming. So very nice. And then we have gratitude and thanks. Look, again, more butterflies. You chose the butterfly for a reason. Gratitude and thanks, I think, is very much kind of related to this Pentacles. You can see just abundance and love surrounding her. And it's almost, it was like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Like, I feel like sometimes we're in a position where we're not exactly happy with where we are. And so then it kind of like is a downward spiral. But once we start seeing the abundance around us, once we start being thankful for those things, then things become very light and airy. Again, the Knight of Cups, like just like a breath of fresh air. We let go of things. We're letting go of things that no longer serve us, and we're being thankful for the beautiful things that we have in our life. And then affirmation for growth. Lovely. So this is definitely Pentacles. We've got 10 of Pentacles here. This is almost kind of like, you know, there's just one bamboo here versus a whole like forest of bamboo here. So right now, this is so relevant to the new moon, because it's a great time to plant those seeds of intentions. Like, what do we want? We know we've gone through some things that we don't want. We know that things have changed, and instead of looking at the change as something negative, we're looking at it from a higher perspective and embracing that change and setting out these intentions so that we can grow this entire forest of bamboo that we were looking for. So I hope that makes sense. That makes sense in my mind. It looks like a beautiful week, group 3. The synchronicities, like when I told you to look for synchronicities, and all of a sudden, like all these synchronicities are coming through for me just in this reading. So I hope that, I feel like I'm just channeling your energy here, where it's fun to like really see those synchronicities, and when you do see them, like just appreciate it, and then you'll see the next one and the next one, and it's just like really bringing joy into your week. And joy is very fruitful. Joy is helps with abundance. It helps with growth. It helps you move. It helps you lighten up. It helps you release. So that's what I have for you, group 3. If you've made it this far with me, please give me a like, and I will see you in the next reading. Thank you so much.